We are on the top of Reunion Tower.
I played baseball in the stadium for 8 years.
See what kind of trick shots we can get up today.
You know, guys, we get to do a lot of really cool stuff on this show, but we don't often share what goes into making the show. I think Urban Golf Dallas is worthy of a little peek behind the curtain. So let's take a second and talk a little bit about the making of Urban Golf Dallas. Now what? Our first Urban Golf was Scottsdale, Urban Golf Scottsdale. We had Haley Ostrom in it. It was freaking awesome. Pretty much right after we finished filming that one, it was like, plan the next one. Dallas had always been on our radar, but when we found out that our friends at PXG were opening a new store in Dallas, that was kind of like really what pushed us over the edge. Let's get into the piece. Cassie was freaking awesome. Super down to earth, easy to work with. This stuff isn't easy to pull off. What you see in the final piece, a couple seconds, a couple minutes, is hours of shooting. If there was anybody that had room to complain, it was Cassie, and not one time did she. What's going on, guys? Cassie and I today are here in Arlington at AT&T Stadium with none other, the man, Tank.
It's the first time ever golfing in the stadium, so
this is my first time ever in a professional football stadium, so like for this to be my first experience is pretty amazing.
Cassie, how is this your first time ever in a professional football stadium? Like, glad that we could be a part of it. Our point of contact at AT&T Stadium was Joe Trahan. He was so accommodating, so awesome. We couldn't start because the field wasn't even in place. AT&T Stadium had an event the days leading up to our shoot, so when we got there, they were still installing the field, still building the uprights. It was kind of like they were setting the course up for us. They were using leaf blowers to blow, it was like, were there leaves in there? It was a challenge to find places to hit from. We looked at like 5 different spots where you could actually just get a club onto a ball to hit down to the star. I mean, that's like the #1 target. AT&T Stadium's made for football, not for golf. We've always wanted to hit a golf ball through the uprights. And honestly, I'm a Cowboys fan. I went to high school in Dallas, a bucket list for sure. They rolled the red carpet out for us, and just can't thank them enough for the opportunity to be in there. Choctaw, baby. We golfed in a former MLB park that now hosts rugby and soccer matches. The first time we laid eyes on Choctaw was the day we flew in. When we were out there months before, it wasn't even on our radar. We pretty much decided this is where cameras will go. We tested radios, and then we had to move on. And the stress there was, we're meeting everybody here tomorrow morning, and hopefully we pull it off. We have hit golf balls inside of an MLB park before. A couple seasons ago, we played golf at Chase Field, but not with a Major League Baseball player. Immediately when Ian showed up, you could just tell he was jacked to be able to play golf in his old baseball stadium. One thing that's kind of cool is you think like hitting a home run is a long ball. Golf puts everything in perspective. You can hit a 9-iron as far as a guy can hit a baseball. Shout out to the Rangers staff, shout out to the Cowboys staff. Nobody ever stepped in and said, no, please don't, no, please don't. They let us have free reign, it was awesome. They're still finding our golf balls, I'm sure, all around this stadium. Oh, Reunion Tower. Imagine trying to pull off a golf shot 600 feet up in the air on top of a building 1,000 miles away, because we had to organize this from headquarters in Arizona. We were out there many months before scouting it, not with golf clubs, so we had eyes on it, but that was it. So much pre-production went into pulling this off. We had to get permits from the city of Dallas to close streets. We had to hire 3 police officers to direct traffic. We had to find a third-party company to build a platform. Shout out to Chris Shoup and Position Sports. So when we were filming the segment, that was the very first time we had seen the platform, let alone hit golf balls. Where we were hitting from on top of Reunion Tower was so far away from where the balls were gonna come to rest, you had to have some sort of a target, a visual aid for the golfer. Everybody was like, oh, just put some kiddie pools out there or some cones and try to hit that. It's so far away. We needed a huge target. To put it in scale, we were using satellite images and using cars for reference of sizes. At one point, we thought we're gonna paint in the grass 2 big circles and those would be like bullseyes. So we started doing the math. We knew the dimensions of the field. Okay, so how how big does a circle need to be there? We had to pull out the Pythagorean theorem. 420 feet by pi, 3.14 equals 1,320 feet. So the circumference of the circle is 1,320 feet. Second circle, 200 feet across by pi, 3.14, 628 feet. 628 feet then is your circumference. How much paint is that? 1,320 times 8 feet, 628 by 8 feet equals 43 gallons of paint needed, or 9 5-gallon buckets. We couldn't do it. One of the guys on our team, Doug Bluen, finally settles on a local store there in Dallas called the Home Depot. We end up buying 4 9-foot by 150-foot tarps and making coordinates in the grass. I don't think we ever completely realized how far away our target was. We knew going into this there would be no shagging of golf balls. Nobody's bringing any golf ball that we hit off the top of Reunion Tower back to us. So we needed a lot of golf balls. Before you know it, we're in town and we realize we don't have enough golf balls. So we have to go to Walmart and buy nitros. Cassie, I'm sorry, I'm sure you want Pro V1s off the roof of Reunion Tower, but you're gonna be hitting nitros. So that's how we ended up with the orange nitro balls. That was a Walmart purchase. It's like being a Navy SEAL when you're in shoots like this. Everybody has a duty. Doug and Ian, boom, you're the ground units. You're in charge of ground cameras, setting up the target. Meanwhile, Felix, Connor, and I load all of our gear up and we start making our way to the elevators to Reunion Tower. That's where we meet up with Jay and Greg. They give us the ground rules. No alcohol out on the roof, no cameras rolling on access to the roof. They don't want the public to know how you get up there.
They're starting good, they're just getting caught up in that wind.
The wind was crazy. That day it was dead in our face and it was pushing like 18 miles an hour. At 20 miles an hour, they would have kicked us off the top. Distance wasn't an issue. Cassie can hit the ball further than anybody I know. But with this wind dead in the face, nerves, it was tough to hit the field. Ball away, you could track it with your eye. You could see it, you could see it, you could see it, and then it reached a point where you couldn't see it anymore. Not only did we lose the golf ball, our camera crew down on the ground were losing the golf ball.
Yeah, I literally can't see it on camera.
So many variables, but like that's what was cool about it. And that's the nature of our show. Half the time, we can't pre-produce the stuff that we put in the show. We're gonna take what we get, what the environment gives us, what the people give us, and Reunion Tower is testament to what we do at Breaking Par. We're the first people to hit golf balls off the roof of Reunion Tower and probably the last. Can't thank PXG enough for really getting our back on this. They helped us get the talent put together. They helped us with the equipment. They helped us with everything. That was really cool. We're gonna do urban golf again.